Why would the White House want to take a 10% stake in Intel?
I think this is as much about ensuring Intel's longevity in terms of what the United States government thinks of as national security, Scarlett. I think this is an evolving situation, and we should caution that these plans are still very much in flux. They're very fluid. Intel has not commented on them, but what we can tell you is the United States government is considering taking a 10% stake in Intel. Based on Intel's market cap, I mean, the shares are moving lower on these headlines, but based on Intel's market cap, you're looking at around a $10 billion stake. That would make the United States government Intel's single largest shareholder. And this would be kind of a replication of something we saw a few weeks ago when rare earths company MP Materials announced that it would be receiving an investment from the Department of Defense.
Yeah, that's really important context, that this is part of a bigger picture or a bigger strategy, perhaps. Let's talk about the share price a little bit here. You mentioned that the stock is now lower. When the headline crossed, we did see a little bit of a bump up in Intel's shares, and it briefly erased its losses to pop into the green. It has since given that up and has deepened its losses. I know we don't know the reason why Intel shares are down, but what could be one interpretation for why shareholders don't like this news?
I think if you're a shareholder, you're looking, and you're probably well aware of some of the challenges facing Intel from a balance sheet perspective. What this deal does on the one hand is give confidence to Intel. It gives confidence to shareholders in terms of you have the most creditworthy institution in the world backing you. But what it doesn't do, at least on the face of it, is solve the problem that Intel has with its product. Intel has been trying to, manufacture chips at scale for some years. Its Ohio plant, its long rumored and long delayed Ohio plant, has been a topic of conversation for many years. Pat Gelsinger, the former CEO, has sort of seen this plant as being key to putting Intel back on the map when it comes to manufacturing semiconductors en masse. That has been delayed quite a few years. I think without customers, without outside customer, you have to remember that Intel doesn't yet make semiconductors for anybody else but itself. You're not really in a hole. You're still in a hole in terms of how much you can sort of afford to lose. And this plant is heavily loss-making.